Hey guys, it's Ruben, and welcome to another incredibly valuable video for English speakers learning Brazilian Portuguese. In this much anticipated video, Make 'em Say, I will give you a pretty comprehensive overview of nasalized vowels. But there are two parts in this video, a general overview in the first and a few more advanced tricks in the second. This is always a tricky sound for English speakers, but hopefully not for long. The most important thing to know, besides how to pronounce these sounds, is to be able to identify when to nasalize a vowel. Based on the spelling, we're talking about any time a vowel comes before the letters N or M, and anytime you see an A or O with a chew, with a little squiggly mark on top. Remember also that nasalization just means that it involves N, M, or the sound NG. We have it in English. Basically what you're doing is sending all the air through your nose instead of releasing it through your mouth, or half through your nose, half through your mouth. When you get a chance, try humming and then hold your nose, and you'll see what I mean. All 5 vowels in Portuguese can be nasalized, but they don't always have the chew above them. Let's show every possible vowel and spelling pattern that nasalizes it with a few examples. We're looking to add an NG sound after each, so listen for that. Don't worry if you don't catch all the pronunciations. I will break down each vowel sound in the next few minutes. With the letter A, we have 3 patterns, ACHIU, AM, and AN. ACHIU, AM, and AN. To practice, we have the words maçã, falam, and antes. With E and I, there are just 2 spelling patterns when followed by M and N. With E, we have the words sem and tenho. And with I, the words sim and inglês. Inglês is a great word to help with the nasalization because it already has the NG in it. So you're probably already saying this word perfectly, or pretty close. For O, just like A, we have 3 spellings. OCHIU, OM, and ON, like in the words põe, som, and ônibus. Lastly, for U, we have 2 UM and UN examples, and mundo. Just so you know, it's pretty rare for words in Portuguese to end with the letter N. They exist, but mostly for technical or scientific words, so you'll mostly see the nasalized sounds with N in the middle of the words. Either way, it's pronounced the same. A note about the rest of this video, a lot of the tips I'm going to give you are based on English, and most of them are really close to their Portuguese counterparts. I just want to remind you to use the English examples naturally and quickly for best results. A couple of quick things to avoid overall when dealing with nasal sounds. First, if a word ends with M in Portuguese, the natural tendency is to pronounce it like an English M. However, M's in Portuguese at the end of a word are pronounced like NG in English. So don't make the mistake of closing your lips. We'll talk about each of these words in depth in a minute, but just know we're not closing the lips all the way as the letter M might suggest. Second, the letter N is also pronounced like NG before a consonant, so try to avoid the same placement as you would by saying the word no. Think of it closer to the NG in the word sing, S-I-N-G. Let's get a little more into it. A closer look at each vowel sound will help us get a more clear understanding and also provide a nice English example to use as a guide word. The nasalized A in Portuguese sounds a lot like the English spelling UNG, as in make 'em say, Remember, there are 3 different spellings of this sound, so let's look at each one with a nice example. For AM, we'll use the airline dun as an example. Dun. Now, hopefully you're not saying Tam, but maybe for you it comes out as Tom, the name Tom. But remember not to close your lips here. The closest guide word from English is the word tongue. Tongue, 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 tongue. Just a quick note on the T at the beginning of words. The Latin T, the Portuguese, Spanish, Italian T is always a bit softer, less aspiration at the beginning of the word. So try pressing your tongue against the back of your top teeth instead of dun, dun. By the way, you're going to find that verbs with AM at the end are a little different, so we'll come back to that a bit later. For AN, we'll use the word santo, which you can think of as sung to. Again, saying this really quickly and naturally. Sancto, sancto, sancto. Say it fast. Sancto, sancto, sancto. Small modification, but pretty close already. Sancto. Last, we have the ACHIU in the word maçã. Maçã. My trick for this word is to say my son, but a little bit ghetto. Like maçã. Maçã be maçã. Maçã be doing that same thing too. Maçã. My son do that same thing. Alright, so if you put all the examples here together, you get another great practice word. Amanhã, amanhã, amanhã. The same kind of trick can be used for a nasalized E, which sounds a lot like the English spelling A-N-G or ang. This will help remind you not to close your lips too. For E-M, the example here is the common word sang, which sounds really close to the English word sang. Also for E-N, which is pronounced the same, we have the word tang. For this you can think of the juice mix tang with a nice T modification. Tang, 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 followed by the word you. Tang you. Think of your tongue placement when you say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And since I'm kind of a dork, I thought of this phrase for you to practice at home. After Elvis sang, he said, thank you. Thank you very much. And for that, I apologize. Moving right along. Hopefully you're getting the idea by now, but for nasalized I, we have a similar trick, which is to say the word being quickly. Being, without the B. So, ing, ing. Here to practice, we have two words with I-am. Seeing, which if you say quickly sounds like the English word seeing, as in I'm seeing someone. Seeing, 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 seeing. And not like seem with an M. Also, the cell phone company Ching would best be spelled in English like this. Ching. And definitely not pronounced like the name Tim. So don't say Tim. Last, for IN, we have the word inglés, which as I mentioned before is a great practice word because of the NG in the word. This should come out naturally as inglés and should help give you an understanding of how all IN or IMs should sound in Portuguese. Nasalized O is harder to find exact English words for comparison, but think of the word own with the G at the end. Own. Again, without closing your lips all the way. For OM, we have three common words. Som, com, and bom. So think of that O-W-N-G, om sound, as I mentioned. Som, com, bom. Som, com, bom. Same goes for O-N in these three words. Ontem, with two nasalized sounds. Ontem, ontem, onda, conta. Ontem, onda, conta. And finally, you will occasionally find O with a tio on top. The word they put in Portuguese is pronounced boing, boing. This is the most fun word to pronounce ever. Boing, boing, boing. Just think of the company Boeing or just the springy sound boing, 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 boing. And put a P in front of it. For nasalized plurals, this same sound will work. So we have the word here, sessões. Sessões will be similar to the words say, sewings. Sessões, 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 sessões. See? Told you it was fun. Boing, boing, boing. Sessões, sessões. Lastly, for nasalized U, we find it sounds like the English spelling O-O-N-G. If you're using U-M, and the next word starts with a vowel, as in amigo, be careful not to pronounce the M as in amigo. Try using this spelling in English to guide that potential M into a W. Amigo. You don't close your lips to the M in amigo. For uma, you will of course pronounce the M, but make sure that you still add nasalization to the U. Uma, not like Uma Thurman. Listen to the difference. No nasalization, uma. Nasalized, uma, uma, uma. Slight difference, I know, but here we're going for perfection. Another good word is comum. 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 Final M doesn't close lips all the way. And with UN, we have assunto and mundo. Assunto, mundo. This will be the end of Make 'em Say part 1. Please join me for the second part where we'll go into some more advanced uses of nasal sounds in Portuguese. I'll see you next time.